It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, hey, Sloot. And the F is for phenomenal. This episode is brought to you by David's Bridal. From bridal and bridesmaids to wedding guest and prom looks, David's Bridal is here for it all. Book your free appointment, stop by in-store, or shop online at davidsbridal.com. Hi, Sloots. Welcome to 2026. I'm sure that sounded really fantastic, doing that right into the microphone. It is a celebration. I am very stoked for this episode. I'm wearing a New Year's little tiara that is perfection. I'm in my silk PJs and I've given this a lot of thought. Every year we talk about what our New Year's resolutions are. And I want to talk about that, but first, I do just want to give an update. I'm going to be real with you, Sloots, because I always am. I recorded this before the actual day of New Year's, which doesn't really matter because your New Year's resolutions should be thought about prior to, it turning 2026 and the big apple dropping, which is, it's not a fear of mine, but one time someone told me that people that come to New York to see the ball drop literally wear diapers because they have to stand in whatever section that they're in on the road for 12 hours. After I heard that, I was like, I'm fully never want to do that. I also just avoid New York City during New Year's. You would think it would be an amazing place to celebrate New Year's. Any time that I've stayed in the city, I have not had the best time. I think a couple years ago I did it and my aunt was like, oh my God, I have tickets to this incredible party that has dancing and all of this high-end food and blah, blah, blah. And I thought we were going over to her friend's house and it was literally a flyer was posted outside of her apartment and you buy tickets and it was a buffet. There was a guy there with a banjo and I was there with, boyfriend of mine. This was a few years ago that I think we just ended up getting really drunk. But I'm going to be in Mexico, not celebrating. Okay. I'm spending the holidays in Utah. I'm going home. I'm going to spend it with my family, specifically my grandma, who I'm very, very close with and is not doing the best. I'm going to do that for however many days. I'm going to celebrate my fiance's birthday, which I guess I can spill the beans. I ended up getting his birthday present. I know I told you guys it was stressing me the out. Not even just because getting a guy a gift for whatever reason is harder than getting a girl a gift, but because his birthday is 3 days before Christmas. Or is it 4 days? It's 4 days before Christmas. So it's a double whammy and I already leave everything to the last minute. But I came up with several really thoughtful, incredible ideas, none of which were going to be able to be executed on time, by the way. And then I was scrolling. I actually want to tell you guys what I was thinking of getting him. So these were the options. He's super, super into AI effective altruism. He wants the world to have, infrastructure and defenses and a whole team of people designated to the future of artificial intelligence, which I agree with. And so I was like, what could I do in that same vein? And then I started to think about how he loves, it's more of a hobby than it is like my grandparents, disaster planning. When I go home to Utah, when I go over to my grandma's, if I open her pantry, there will be big ass, like the size of my head cans of mashed potato flakes. I know that's not what they're called, but it's like dry. And once you mix it up with water, it becomes a potato. They just have bulk of all of these foods and nutrients that you would need in their reasoning for the second coming of Christ, for why he would want to have stuff like that, is just in case, we have nuclear warfare or AI takes over the world. And it's more of a hobby. I think he finds it fun. And I legitimately received a text from him a few weeks ago that said, hey, so-and-so keeps bugging me about your gas mask and he wants to know if it fits. And I have not yet tried on the gas mask, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. So then I was like, what could I get him that could fall in line with that? The thing is, he already has everything. Also, tech. Tech is the best gift that you can get a man. He has all the tech. He knows the tech. You know what I mean? Like if I tried to come in there, I'd be like, oh my God, this is the newest iPad. And he would be like, no one's using an iPad anymore. We're using like AI little pocket watches and glasses. So then I decided to not do that one. I also know that he already has solar panels, gas masks, Starlink. Starlink is great, by the way. He hooked that up. He has a Starlink on his car, and you can legit be in the middle of nowhere and have connection and have Wi-Fi. So I was like, the only thing I know about disaster planning is people probably want to have a bunker. And I thought about maybe having someone go in, and I would like reach out to maybe his assistant to be like, all right, I don't want him to know. I want it to be a surprise. I don't really think installing a bunker without him noticing is plausible. So then I just let the disaster planning option go. And then I thought about like a bespoke in-person, someone in Italy does a suit for him. He has a suit. Then I had my top choice, which I am keeping in my back pocket in case something goes terribly wrong, with choice number 1, which is tickets to the 2026 Milano Cortina Olympics. Okay? Duh. I didn't even know the Olympics were happening there. I was shopping for myself and looking for a really cute Ralph Lauren sweater, the ones with the bear, which I have been looking for 7 months for some reason. I don't know. And then I kept seeing this USA really cute sweaters. And then I think on the 4th time visiting the website, it registered that it said Milano Cortina. And then I put 2 and 2 together. So that's what I'm getting him. I think it's perfect. I did end up getting him tickets to see the women's, and this was a tough one, but I want you guys to understand, he doesn't watch sports. The Olympics are different. If you're not into sports, like you still appreciate the Olympics. The Olympics is history happening. And I remember we had the Winter Olympics in Utah when I was growing up, and I was pissed that I didn't get to go to any of the events. So that's number 1. And I just don't want my fiance to have to go through what I went through around 4th grade, okay? But I was trying to decide, all right, out of all of these winter sports, let's do one that's located closer to him A. Okay, great. Now let's narrow it down. What sport do I pick for him? Because I wanted to say figure skating, and then I was like, do straight men like figure skating? Maybe that's a stereotype. I don't really care. I think it's a fair question. And the thing is, I think they do. I think that the biggest event in the Winter Olympics, I know, it's the most watched on national television. It's the most hyped up, and the movie I, Tonya has to do with it. So that's how I know that it's massive. I got him tickets to see the women's free skate finals. Also, there's 2 tickets. I think I'm going to make it. I think when I present it, it will be like, and we're going to go. And then a few weeks before, I'm going to have to say, no, we're not. But whether he decides to take me or not, that he can literally invite any of his friends, or that would be a dope ass like work gift. You know, like if I was trying to kind of swoon an investor and not use my sexuality, which I still getting out of that kind of way of thinking, I would get him tickets to go see the Olympics, whatever investor this is. So, and then in addition to that, I couldn't get anything Olympic related off Ralph Lauren. And then Soph had the most brilliant idea. And I think we're going to try to get something vintage that's like Olympic-esque. But I'm also going to get him dinner in, if you watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you've seen these bad boys, dinner in a snow globe. You heard that correctly. You heard that. What are the places that we go skiing that are just like insane? St. Moritz could never. Zermatt could never. Miraval could never. France, Switzerland. Come to Utah and come check out a globe and then call me back, because they're an experience and it's going to be a whole group of us and I'm going to surprise him and I can't wait. So that's out of the way. Now I just need to get him a Christmas present. See how fun that is? It's really fun. Let's talk about my upcoming wedding, shall we? Because wedding planning does not stop, rain or shine. Let's get into it. In partnership with David's Bridal, I am coming to you every week to tell you a little bit about what's the latest in my bridal era. And today was kind of a big milestone, which was I had to decide on the wedding save the dates. I am going to do a really cute animated type video, but I have decided that I also want to do like a physical in the mail on stock or whatever nice kind of paper, engraved, gorgeous. And the thing is, you guys, there's different color schemes, colorways, fonts, bows, bells and whistles, stamps, and not stamps, wax seals. And I kind of wish that I would have ran, not walked to my pearl planner, because I didn't know that much thought went into even just the save the dates. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, and I would have gotten an earlier start. But I didn't start using David's Bridal Pearl Planner, which you can find on davidsbridal.com. And if you are in the market for a dress, head on over to David's Bridal and book your free appointment. And it's not just for dresses. Any formal event, they've got you covered. any wedding planning, they've got you covered with their AI tool, which is the Pearl Planner. It's not just a checklist. It is literally 24/7 holding your hand online digital wedding planner. Like, it puts all wedding planners to shame because it is that good. And I reference it 50 times a day. It takes everything that you give it and makes it cohesive. Your inspo boards, your messy Google Sheets, your favorite color. And on top of that, it creates a wedding website for you. You can throw your registry in there. So I highly recommend it. And it is kind of the most helpful tool in terms of keeping me on the timeline, because there are so many things within the big thing that are required. It's like when you're doing the Pomodoro method and you go to do a project and then you realize, oh wait, there's 5 little mini things within this one project. That is basically every single milestone that you need to hit with wedding planning. Like the invitations, okay, did you get everyone's addresses? I hadn't. Did you decide what the overall vibe is that you want? Do you want that emblem of a hydrangea flower? Or are you going to have different florals at your wedding, and does it matter? So, highly, highly recommend. I ended up going with this gorgeous kind of obviously cursive, I would say more traditional and more simple save the date, because I'm let loose on the wedding invitations. So that's going to be a letter in the mail. Also, the letters, like the actual envelope, comes pre-written, which is great. But then I have this save the date little animated video, which is, it's not completed yet, but it's about to be the cutest thing ever. It's like a 10-second clip just telling people the date and where it's going to be, obviously. And I would describe it as almost Madeline, Eloise, the Plaza kind of watercolor illustration and light and stencil work and lines. And it's so cute. It's so, so cute. And I know it's going to turn out exactly how I'm envisioning it. And obviously, it's going to show a little bit of Italy. And I want there to be little butterflies in the background. And it's going to have a cute little song. But I wouldn't have known to get working on that unless I had literally A, had my wedding planner, the real one, tell me, and B, had the next for real wedding planner, which is the Pearl Planner. And I highly, highly recommend it for any of you guys planning a wedding, because we need all the help we can get. All the help we can get. So, guys, go check out davidsbridal.com. It's not just wedding dresses. David's Bridal has been in the business for 75 years, and they have dresses for wedding, but also formal attire. That's all of my wedding planning update that I've got for you, and that is the bridal era in partnership with David's Bridal. After Utah, we are going to go straight to Cancun. Don't know where we're staying. We don't have a hotel yet, but I'm going to spend a little over a week there. I think 10 days, basically getting tan, being warm, and working. And I mean for real, serious working. So that's how I'll be spending my holidays. Maybe I'll have a cocktail New Year's, but let's get into New Year's resolutions. I don't know if people are still doing those. I don't know if that's like, if that was a fad. I don't know how you guys celebrate it. Some people like to write it down on a little piece of paper and then you burn that piece of paper. Some people like to, I don't know, I feel like there's like a whole bunch of kind of quirky traditions people do on New Year's. I don't have a tradition for New Year's, although I am very, very big on using it to do New Year's resolutions. And I think I'm that way because my mom is very into that. My mom will be calling me right as it turns midnight and she will ask me, what are your New Year's resolutions? So I pulled up my list of resolutions from last year and I want to like read them out loud. Let's see where my brain was at because a lot of things have changed since 2026 now. So I wrote, meditate every day, followed by visualization. Okay. Didn't really do that one. Move body every day. 15-minute Pilates, walk, stretch is more than enough, is what I wrote. Didn't really do that one. Get clear on what I want my life to look like. Clarity is the new clever, is what I wrote. Okay, so if you're laughing a little too hard, that you were like, people have seen this. Yeah, a little alliteration. That's 100%. Also, that is a bad sign, writing out, get clear on what I want my life to look like. Babe, don't even write that down. Like, just write down the clarity on your notes app. Healed and healthy was my next one. Yeah, I think that one for sure I've accomplished. I am healed and I am healthy. Great. The last one I had was embrace and live in healthy behavior. Feel in charge of life. Live life in rhythm with my truth and the universe. Parentheses, have a schedule, comma, routine. So basically none of these happened. And I'm not going to say I haven't made really good changes like within these. I've stuck to a workout routine. Meditation has fallen off a little bit the past few months, but I was doing that every single day for a while. It's not that I haven't done these, but what I can tell you is I already now, knowing what I know, a year older and wiser, there is no way that this was ever going to work, this list. And let me tell you why. Like, I set myself up for failure. After the holidays, your brain wants one thing: less noise, less clutter, less doing. Pura helps you reset your space with premium smart home fragrance. No complicated routine required. Right now, you can get a free Pura 4 home diffuser when you subscribe for 12 months. Set schedules, adjust intensity, and come home to calm on your terms. This offer won't last. Get your free diffuser at pura.com. I've been trying to build a nighttime routine that actually helps me unwind, not just doom scroll until my eyes bleed. Considering I'm looking at my computer sun up to sundown and then some, I'm exhausted. Lately, instead of pouring a cocktail, I've been reaching for Soul's out of office gummies, and it's been such an easy swap. Soul makes feeling good simple. They create delicious hemp-derived CBD and THC products with precise dosing and clean ingredients so you actually know how you're going to feel. For me, I love a low dose, just enough for a calm, happy little buzz to get me right where I need to be. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies range from a 1.5 milligram microdose all the way up to 15 milligrams. So you are fully in control of your mood. And if you'd rather sip something, their new out-of-office beverage delivers the same smooth social vibe, minus the alcohol. Everything Soul makes is wellness-focused, organically farmed, USA-grown hemp, vegan, gluten-free, low sugar, and federally legal. Give yourself the gift of a healthier unwind. Right now, Soul is offering my audience 30% off your entire order. Go to getsoul.com and use the code Sofia. That's getsoul.com, promo code Sofia for 30% off. So excited to be in partnership with David's Bridal this week. They have been dressing brides for over 75 plus years, aka 90% of brides, which means they know what they're doing. I, on the other hand, I'm learning as I go, but with the help of David's Bridal Pearl Planner, which is free and basically your wedding planning brain, but hotter and less stressed, which we love. I showed it to my incredibly tech-savvy fiance literally just earlier today, and even he was impressed, which is saying a lot. Head over to davidsbridal.com to start using David's Pearl AI wedding planning tool. Book your free appointment, stop by in store, or shop online at davidsbridal.com. Number one, there are 3 to 5 resolutions within one. So we're really looking at like a list of 20. That's number one. Number 2 is healed and healthy. What the fuck does that even mean? That could mean so many. Am I eating vegetables? Am I doing therapy twice a week? Am I, that one is the most broad thing I've ever read. Embrace and live in healthy behavior. 8 hours of sleep. Am I not drinking alcohol? It's all of these are too broad and there's too many of them, which brings me to my next point. And I'm very, very excited to talk about this in particular because I love a notebook. I have about 17 or more that I have purchased and get very excited about and never, follow through with them, except my 5-minute daily planner. I always do. And the thing is I have realized over time when I set up goals like this and then obviously I don't reach them because they're not even clear and they're of a magnitude that is just not realistic, then I start into like a shame spiral. And then I feel like shit about myself and then everything just goes out the window. And so we're not doing that anymore. In 2026, we've got ChatGPT, we've got data, we've got examples of people before us who have, dedicated their lives to how can you make lasting change and how can you make real change. And that's what I'm here to do. Number 1, pick 1 to 3 resolutions, not 18, and don't kid yourself and have one of them be like mine, which literally this is one bullet point. Embrace and live in healthy behavior, feel in charge of life, live life in rhythm with my truth and the universe, have a schedule, routine. That is 6 resolutions in one bullet point. That's never going to work. So you have to pick 1 to 3. All right, let's be real. If your gut is off, everything feels off. Your digestion, energy, mood, even focus, it all starts in your gut. Every day, your gut is fighting a silent war against processed foods, stress, and even toxins in the air. And when your gut struggles, your whole body feels it. That's why I trust Just Thrive Probiotic. Most probiotics never make it to your gut alive, and that's why they don't work. But Just Thrive is clinically proven to arrive 100% alive and deliver measurable results. And it does something no other probiotic can. It turns your gut into an antioxidant factory, creating protective compounds exactly where you need them most. For you, that means better digestion, healthy immunity, more energy, and easy weight management. Just Thrive Probiotic comes in capsules or berry-flavored gummies, so there's an option for everyone in the family. I love the gummy. It's like a little treat that's actually good for you. For over a decade, Just Thrive has been helping thousands of people take control of their health with science-backed solutions you can trust. From their award-winning probiotic to their full line of gut, immune, and brain health supplements, Just Thrive is ready to help you live your healthiest life. So here's my challenge. Try Just Thrive Probiotic for 90 days, risk-free. Visit justthrivehealth.com and save 20% with promo code Sofia. See the difference for yourself or get a full product refund. No questions asked. Take the 90-day Just Thrive Probiotic Challenge today at justthrivehealth.com/Sofia. Be the best you with Just Thrive. Sloots, I am all about routine, and one of the most important ones is my evening routine, which took me a long time to start loving. A ritual every single night, if you will. I love to cuddle up on the couch with a freshly made alcoholic bev, but lately I haven't been loving how I'm feeling the next day. So I've been searching my options for something to substitute and do the trick, and holy cow, have I found it. It's called RK. They've been leaders in the non-alcoholic spirits world for over a decade, created for people who want the full cocktail experience without the alcohol. True pioneers in the sober, curious movement. RK, spelled ARKAY, makes alcohol-free versions of nearly every major spirit. Whiskey, tequila, gin, rum, vodka, even amaretto. Zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero calories. Yet somehow it still tastes like the real thing. Their patented warm molecule delivers the burn effect, that warm, smooth kick you expect from alcohol without a single drop of it. I made my world famous spicy marg with RK's tequila, and my God, it tastes and smells like the real deal. It checks all the boxes with over 20 flavors, whatever your go-to is. There's a zero proof version. Investors, influencers, and millions of fans are joining the RK Zero Proof revolution, and the warm molecule is changing the game. With the holiday season and dry January here, there's no better time to try RK Zero Proof, your favorite cocktails made non-alcoholic. RK available at Walmart, Amazon, or at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. Next thing, and this is something my personal trainer taught me, so shout out Noah. Your goals need to be SMART. And I'm talking about the acronym. If you don't know what SMART goals are, I'm going to try to do this from memory. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. This is the smartest. Talk about smart. This is smart as shit. If I would have known this I would have had 5 notebooks completed by now. And we would be maybe not in a way better position, but I would have at least done that, you know? Oh, now I want to swap out one of my New Year's resolutions for completing a daily planner notebook. Well, good thing I only have 2 listed here, and that will be my 3rd one. Great. So with the specific one, I think this one for me is the most important. Not because it's the first fucking word in the list, but because specific means clear and well defined. No vague, do better energy, which was my entire New Year's resolution list. And I think what specific means to me and what Noah told me, I did not come up with this one on my own, but I was complaining to him that I wouldn't, get 10 minutes of yoga in when I feel way better moving my body for at least 10 minutes a day, walking, it doesn't matter. And he was like, well, do you have it on your calendar? Do you have it set up in a way that you're going to see it and be reminded to do it and it feels official? And I said, yeah, actually, I do. I do have it on my calendar. I just don't end up doing it. And he said, because you need to be very specific about what it is that you are setting out to do. For example, I can't just say, I want to read for 15 minutes a day and not have a time. And it doesn't have to be an exact time. It can be, in the 15 minutes before I go to sleep. And also a space. That is huge. I'm going to do that from my bed. That was half the reason I wouldn't pull out a yoga mat and bust it down and do some downward dog, is because I would just be like, okay, like, should I put my yoga mat out in the studio because it's colder in there? Should I just do it out here? Oh, but I have a friend staying with me, maybe in my room, blah, blah. The second there's like even the tiniest bit of confusion and lack of clarity, no matter how small, you're not going to do it. You have to set yourself up and set that goal up to be crystal clear. So I was about to say mine, but what about MARNT? We can't forget about those. So let's use one of my New Year's resolutions for this year as an example. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys my 3. The first one, finish my Invisalign. I do feel a little bit, I had this pressure in the past however many years to have these big, lofty, existential, grandiose resolutions. Those don't happen though. You have to start small and you have to smart. You have to start with something tangible and then you can move on to the next thing. So finish my Invisalign. How am I going to finish my Invisalign? Well, I'm going to be specific and clear and well defined. The bathroom is where I will brush my teeth to put in the Invisalign and also leave Invisalign in retainer cleaner because I'm way too fucking lazy to clean it myself. Measurable. Measurable means you can track it with numbers or clear criteria. I've tried to implement this a few times on my calendar and been like, you'll swap out tray 8 for tray 9 on this day. And I keep not hitting it. So I think what I need to do is maybe start smaller and maybe have real clarity on the end date and be like, it doesn't matter how many days or weeks you wear each retainer, even though it absolutely does. And my orthodontist would say, sorry, what'd you just say? It doesn't matter how many days or how long you wear each tray. That's the whole point of Invisalign. But I think I'm gonna come up with like exactly when I'm switching the trays, how soon I can be done if I stick to it, and maybe every single day before I go to bed, I need to check off how many hours I wore it for. How about that? That's measurable. Achievable. Realistic given your time, resources, and sanity. Okay, well, my sanity is fine. Resources are great, considering I have all of the trays and all of the rubber bands and all of the denture cleaner in the world. And my time. That's what I keep saying is like the number one thing getting in the way. I like to say that I'm way too busy and I travel too much to be able to keep up with Invisalign. You can travel with your retainers. You really can. I'm not traveling with a ball and chain, and I sure as hell always have a toothbrush with me wherever I go. So that has been just a dumb ass excuse. I just need to have my tray container, and I don't know. I'll come up with something. Relevant actually matters to your bigger goal / life right now. I have a wedding coming up. I have straight up metal plastic attachments on my teeth that I've had for over 2 years now, it feels like, for no reason. And it does actually matter because my dentist said, you have an overbite, and if you don't fix it, all of your bottom teeth are going to A, wear down, and B, you're going to keep breaking your permanent retainer and having to come in and get it fixed. So is it relevant? Yeah, it's more like mandatory. Time bound. Your goal should have a deadline or time frame. We already discussed that. Yes, it should. Oh, yes, it should. And it did not need to be 3.5 years. I could have been done with my Invisalign treatment a year and a half ago, but that's okay because we're starting anew. And that's what I love about New Year's is like refresh, reset, resolution. Also, there is no better time, no matter what your goal is, to start implementing a new habit than winter. You don't want to, I mean, you can, and you can always make a change no matter what time of year, but do you really want to start implementing something that already has a bit of a barrier when it's the middle of June and you're drinking margaritas every day and running around the beach and have festive fun shit going on around every corner? No. You want to implement these things when it is Feb, the most depressing, nothing going on. The holidays have already happened, and now you just sit in the cold. That is the best time to get these resolutions going. Trust me. Trust me. And then by the time it's summer, depending on what your goal is, you can reap the fucking benefits. You know what I'm saying? My other two were 8 hours of sleep a night, and then the notebook one, the productivity planner. I want to actually stick to it. Even those three feel like a lot. I'm going to stick to the Invisalign, and then, 8 hours of sleep, that's a lofty goal. So I think I'm going to have to even narrow that down and get more specific. I won't go to bed past 2 a.m. Maybe I'll set that up. But I think this is really, really helpful. This shit gets me off. I don't know why, like, productivity hacks and breaking things down in this way and organization is just the most fun, like, fulfilling thing in my life. It just is. I love shit like this. And without this, I don't know if you're going to get, the bod or the mans or whatever your New Year's resolution is, because that's another part of it. Manifesting and visualization. I have 2 notebooks for that. Literally, I bought 2 notebooks that are there to guide you so that you make sure that you are doing your visualizations every single day. Have not opened them. So maybe I'll swap out one of these and because I really do want to get back into that. Manifesting is, I swear to God, why I have, had at least 2, 3 big, big, big mega dreams come true. So that is my New Year's resolution pep talk. I want to know what your guys' resolutions are. Let's be specific. Let's keep them small, because the small things lead to the big things. Like that it's so true. Sleeping 8 hours, once you get your sleep under control, I don't act like a basket case and a bitch. And that kind of impacts every facet of my life. You know what I mean? But Invisalign first. Invisalign first, because this is not good. Your teeth are not supposed to be shifting for 12 years of your life. They're supposed to shift and then stay. The attachments have to come off my teeth before the wedding. They have to. I will cry. Can you imagine if I had my trays in with my rubber bands? Like, come on. And no, none of you guys can imagine that because you've never seen it, because I don't wear them. So next episode, literally next week, look out for those shiny guys. I love you, Sloots. Write in your resolutions, because there's nothing I love more than to know what resolutions and goals people are implementing. I'm being dead ass, and tell me how you're going to reach them. And I love you guys so much. Happy 2026.